Hi, what do you get when you combine a cabinet maker, an engineer, a manager, a coach, a psychotherapist, and an endurance sportsman into one person? Well, you get me. I'm Karsten Drath, and I'm one of the managing partners of Leadership Choices. In this short video, I would like to introduce you to my keynotes. So I'm interested to combining the world of psychology, the world of leadership, the world of sports, and the world of neuroscience, and look at what we can learn from that. As a result, I'm fascinated by three topics. The first is, how do people go about difficult times? How do they master adversity? How do they fall? But more importantly, how do they stand back up? And what helps us? What can we learn from them? This is the area of resilience, and the resilience of leaders in particular. How can you also influence your own leadership and relaying this competence to your people? The second topic has to do with how do people go about change? And more importantly, how does our brain go about change? What happens if our parameters, if the known becomes unknown, if we are pushed outside of our comfort zone? What happens in our brain? And how, as leaders, can we lead our people in a way that they find it easier to adapt to a changing environment? Because let's face it, our world is changing and the rate of change is getting faster. There's no indication that it will be slower or stable. So we have to adopt, we have to learn to become better with that. And as leaders, we have an obligation to help our people with that. So this is the topic of resilience and the neuroscience of change and what we can learn from that as leaders. The third area that fascinates me has to do with the resilience of organizations. How can you activate the immune system of an organization? What are protective factors? What are risk factors? What can we learn from organizations that are extremely old or extremely successful? What can we learn from organizations where errors are no option? And also, what can we learn from organizations who have failed? This together forms the FIRE model of organizational resilience that we in our company have developed. And what I would like to present in my keynote is the key findings from our research and how this actually can be applied. So to sum it up, there are three topics that I'm talking on. One is, how can you increase your resilience as a leader? Two, what can you learn from neuroscience and how can you lead your people through disruptive change without driving them into burnout? And three, how do you build an organization that is ready for crisis, that is fit to cope with the adversities and volatilities of today's markets? If you want to get in touch or learn more about our work at Leadership Choices and about our Leadership Choices Academy, you find it in the description of this video. I'm looking very much forward to hearing from you. Thank you.